Hi, I'm Andrea Tran. I'm a lactation consultant. I'm an IBCLC with over 24 years of experience helping moms and babies with breastfeeding. I'm the owner of Breastfeeding Confidential, my blog where I help moms with all things breastfeeding. Today I'm going to talk to you about the SNS, the Supplemental Nursing System. The SNS is a specialized breastfeeding accessory that is used to supplement the baby at the breast. Now, the different reasons that you might want to use an SNS is if a baby requires supplementation and a mom doesn't want to use a bottle, or if you're trying to teach a baby how to breastfeed better. Now, if a mom needs to supplement before her milk has come in, SNS can be used for that, or if she has a low milk supply, it can be used for that. Adoptive moms have also used the SNS if they want to breastfeed and can't establish a full milk supply. SNS has also been used for babies with a weak suck. A baby might have a weak suck because they're premature, they're small, or some babies have weak sucks for different reasons. There are two different types of SNS. There is the starter SNS and the regular SNS, and I'm going to talk about each one. Before we get into that, I want to make an introduction to my breastfeeding model, Betty Boob. Now, Betty is a pretty darn realistic model that I got from Amazon. Who knew? First, we're going to talk about the starter SNS, and that looks like this, and it's about $17 to $19 on Amazon. And both SNSs can usually be gotten from a lactation consultant, and if you can get the hands-on help of a lactation consultant, that's really going to be ideal because they can be a little tricky to use. Now, the starter SNS is going to be the best thing to start out with to see if it's going to work for you, if an SNS is going to work for you, if it's going to work from the baby, if the baby can transfer milk from it, and it's going to be less of a monetary investment because a regular SNS is about $55, whereas I said the starter SNS is $17 to $19. Now, in the package, you're going to have the SNS, and it may or may not come with a bottle. If it doesn't come with a bottle, then you're going to want to get a skinny bottle like this. They have these that hold about 80 milliliters, and then they have shorter ones that are called colostrum bottles. Either one of those is going to work. It's going to come with a clamp, and you're going to take that clamp and put it on the bottom of the bottle, and that is used to clip it onto your clothes, a pillow behind you. It can also be held like that as well. So when you go to put it all together, you want to make sure that that is the part that's on top. The other side looks different, and when I take it apart to talk about cleaning, I'll show you what that looks like. You want to make sure that's in there nice and snug. You're going to put milk in the bottle, and you're going to screw it on. You're going to make sure that the tubing is clamped. You're going to turn it over, and to get milk to go into the chamber, you need to squeeze it a couple times. Now, there will be no milk in the tubing because you've clamped it off, and that's because if it's open and you squeeze it, it's going to get air in the tubing, and that can be disruptive to the flow. So open it up and then squeeze a little bit more to get the tubing to fill with milk. Then go ahead and clamp it again. You're going to clip it onto your clothes or wherever, and then Betty's going to come and help us here. So you're going to bring the tubing down either to the top of the nipple or around to the side. You don't want to bring it up underneath, and you want it to be about to the end of the nipple. If it extends past the nipple, then it's going to poke the baby. So just about like that. Then you're going to take some tape and you're going to tape it down. Now this is paper tape, and in the starter SNS it comes with one piece. So the starter SNS is designed to last for about a day. The package says 24 hours. Some moms have gotten longer use out of it than that, but generally a day or two is what you should expect from it. And you'll need to get more tape if you're going to use it more than that once. So a lot of moms like to get another piece of tape and do a T like that. It helps it stay on better. So you got it like that, and then the baby is going to latch on. You want to get a good deep latch, just like you would any other time. And then once the baby has latched on, then you can open it up. And that'll start the flow. When the baby sucks, it'll also start to drip out. Now, how high this is will affect how it flows. So if it's higher, then more will drip out. And if it's lower than the level of the breast, then the baby will need to suck to get it out. Some moms like to open it up right away so that there's some milk dripping out right away to get the baby's attention. Other moms prefer to wait until the baby has nursed really well and drained whatever is in the breast. Some moms will use it on the first side and then let the baby go on their own on the second. Some moms will divide it. Some moms will let the baby just nurse on their own on the first and then just use it on the second. They might open it up at the beginning, close it, and then if the baby slows down, open it up. There's a lot of flexibility there to use it however it works best in your situation. So it's best if you can have 2 sets of hands helping you with the starter SNS because the clamp is further away than where you're holding your breast. So when you're done, then you're going to need to clean it. You're going to take the bottle off, clean the bottle, and then you're going to take that disc out. So you squeeze it, and that'll pop it out. And then that's the side I showed you already, and that's the other side. So that white part comes out, you wash everything, and then when it's dry, you'll go ahead and put that back in. Now to clean it, you're going to put some soapy water in the bottle, you're going to put this back on the bottle, and you'll squeeze through a couple ounces. And then toss out all the rest of the soapy water, put some clean water in, squeeze through a bunch of clean water. Just for extra measure, I like to fill the bottle again with some clean water and squeeze it through. You're not going to use the whole bottle of water, but I just like to make sure there's no soap there at all. And then when you put it back in, make sure it's in there nice and snug. And there you go. So the regular SNS looks like this. It's got 2 tubes, and the reason for that, it's also got this, so you can wear it around your neck, and it's got these little clamps all around. So the way you can use it is if you want to put one tube on each nipple, you can do that. I actually have moms use it a little bit different. So you're going to clamp it, put the milk in, and then when you get the baby latched, you're going to, I'm going to back up a little bit. So you're going to put the milk in, you're going to let the milk fill up the tubes, and then you're going to clamp it. And then you would go ahead and put it on and get it taped down, get the baby to latch, and then you're going to pull both of them. And then in the one that the baby is not latched onto, to know that the baby is getting the milk out, you will see the milk travel through the tube, and then air will start entering the bottle. And that air allows to make sure that a vacuum doesn't build up and allows the milk to flow. You will also see bubbles. And with the starter SNS, the way to know if the baby is getting it is you will see bubbles coming out of the milk in the bottle. And if you're not seeing any bubbles, chances are good that the baby is not really getting much, if any, milk. So that's how the starter SNS works. Gonna tape onto the breast the same way. And then when the baby stops, You can just clamp it like that. So this is going to be easier. It's going to be able to hold more volume, but it's also going to be easier to clamp and unclamp on your own. And then if you want to tape, one tube to each breast, that's going to make it a little bit easier as well. Moms generally say that this is a lot easier. So if the SNS, the starter, is working for you and you need to supplement long term, the regular SNS is a great option. Now, as I said, the SNS can be a little tricky, and there will be times when it will go just smooth as can be, and then there will be other times where you can't seem to get it to go right. So some moms will go back and forth between the SNS and the bottle. That's an option as well. Now, I want to talk about the fact that the regular SNS comes with different sizes of tubing. So this pops out. And the one that looks like this, let me put it up there, it's white. And that's the medium flow. That is just like the starter SNS. The starter SNS only comes with one size of tubing. And then this one is a little bit lighter, and that is going to be a faster flowing tubing. And then the third one is red, and that's going to be the slowest flowing tubing. So there's a little piece of silicone that comes off there, and that would be used for all three. And there's a couple little holes there, so you want to make sure that those go over those little parts that come up. Try not to pull on the tubing because they can snap off and they don't make replacement tubing. And then the tubing goes through, pull it through, and snap it into place. So don't pull here to get it to go into place. Cleaning is going to be the same way. Just fill it with soapy water, squeeze it through the tubing, use clean water a couple times, and that's how you'll clean it. The regular SNS also comes with a cap that goes on it if you want to take it out, if you're planning on using it when you're out. It comes with a couple rolls of tape, and that's paper tape because that's going to be the least irritating. So that's all I need to tell you about the SNS. Yep, that's all I told you. If you have any questions, please go to my website, breastfeedingconfidential.com, and you can use the Contact Us form and send me a question about it. I also do virtual consults, and that can be booked on my website as well. I have a Facebook group called Breastfeeding Confidential, so if you're a breastfeeding mom, please feel free to join that. And I have a Pinterest account, so if you want to follow me on Pinterest, please do that as well. I hope this helped answer your questions about the SNS, and if not, let me know.